a special section here on collection accounts. And collection accounts are funky. They don't report the same way. They don't impact your FICO score the same way. So, to give you an analogy, a lot of people say you're real, you're one of those people that has an 800 credit score all the time. And you find out through this process that there's a collection on you. About 1 in 4 credit reports I see have a medical collection on them. And they're always in the case of people that never knew they existed. How medical collections come about? Often it's people that have insurance. They go to the doctor. I'll give you an example. A few months ago, I was trying not to be so chubby, and I was cycling into the office, trying to, burn off some calories. They were doing construction on the Manhattan Bridge, and I turned around because I thought I heard something. I turned back around. It had narrowed down to a space like this wide. I slammed it in the side. I sprained my hand. Don't shake it too hard. I sprained my wrist. And I broke my elbow. Now, I went to the ER and I'm panicking the whole time. But it's not because of, oh wow, I hurt myself, I did this and that. I'm thinking, I'm gonna go see, the first person, they check me in. They check me in, they do a little general wipe down. That's one bill to my insurance company. The next person actually sits me down in my bed and really cleans me off well. Takes assessment of all my injuries. That's another bill to my insurance company. Then I have to get x-rays to see if anything's broken. That's a third bill. Then the person that actually looks at the x-rays is someone different. That's a fourth bill to my insurance company. Then I go, hey, you know what? This kind of hurts. Can you give me some Advil? 5. That's before I even get anything actually done and put on me and they fix anything. Everything is a bill to the insurance company. The insurance company doesn't like that. The fact that I pay my insurance on time and do all of that means nothing. What they're going to look at it and say, you know what, your ER visit, they want $10,000 for that broken elbow. Well, the insurance company may only agree to pay $2,000 of it. Say, that's egregious, we're going to pay $2,000 of it. Any balance that's owed in the middle, you sign on the dotted line that you're going to be responsible for. You're going to pay it if they disagree. Now, do they immediately pick up the phone and call you or write you a letter and say, hey, you were late, or this bill, we couldn't get on the same page, you're going to pay us the bill? No, they're not going to waste the time. What they're going to do is sell that debt to a third party. Becomes a collection. They just throw it on your credit report. They know that when you are trying to apply for financing, it'll be pointed out to you then. That's when your pain level's high. That's when you'll pay it. So, when people go through this process, often they find that there's a collection on there that they didn't know existed. And what is their natural inclination to do? You're a responsible looking guy. What would you do?
Fix it.
You try to fix it, but how would you try to fix it?
Try to negotiate to get it off.
And you would pay it, right?
Or the duration, or whatever.
But odds are, you, like most people, would say, hey, you know what? I never even knew that bill existed. I'm going to pay it. The banks will often require that you pay the collections. But here's the part that's tricky. Now, with a collection account, how it impacts your FICO score comes down to a few different factors. One, how long ago did this report to the bureaus originally? When did this originate? It doesn't really have much of an impact on your FICO score. Two, the balance. You think the size of the collection has any impact on your FICO score? No, it doesn't at all. It doesn't matter whether it's $5 or $5,000. The only thing that matters when it comes to your FICO score is when the creditor last updated the bureaus. And they can do that for several reasons. One is they can do it because they just sold a debt to a new company, the new company reports it for the first time, or if you've kind of shaken the hive from this, if you call the creditor or dispute it to the bureaus, it updates the date that they last reported it. Or, if you pay it, if you pay a collection, it updates the date that they reported. That will plummet your credit score. It makes it look brand new. Back to the dating analogy, say that my wife, before she were to we were gonna go out and have a date, but instead I went out and I got plastered with the homies watching the game, stayed out till 4 in the morning. This may have happened 3 years ago, but if I bring it up to her again, or she remembers it last week, it's as though it happened last week. That is exactly how they're viewing it. So if you remind people that this collection account existed, it's going to lower your score. So my advice is if you find a collection, or if your clients find a collection, leave it alone. Don't touch it. Or hire a professional to actually remove it from existence. You do not want to just pay it. You don't want to just dispute it. You either leave it alone or let a professional handle it to make things worse.